Now, the government is not on track to achieve the full benefits of its asylum transformation programme. That's according to a new report by the National Audit Office. It's uncertain whether its efforts to clear the backlog of applications are sustainable.
It's also come to light the Home Office spent approximately £3.6 billion on asylum support costs in the last financial year, nearly double the amount in the previous year.
Well, joining us now to tell us more is our Home and Security Editor, Mark White. Mark, bring us up to speed then with what's happening.
Well, this is a complicated old mess. Strap yourselves in. I'll try and explain. It's going to require a level of concentration.
Another mess.
You may zone out halfway through this explanation. But those coming to the UK and applying for asylum, currently waiting that initial first decision is 173,000. Within that figure, though, there is a legacy backlog as well there was a backlog of about 100,000. Now, these are people that have been waiting some considerable time, and I mean, we're talking years for an initial decision. Rishi Sunak made an announcement that he was going to get rid of the backlog, that legacy backlog, by the end of this year. Now, the National Audit Office say he is making some progress, so that legacy backlog, 100,000, is reduced to around about 78,000. However, it's reducing at a rate of about 1,100 decisions a week. And the National Audit Office say, you do the calculations, there's no way that you can get rid of that legacy backlog, as Rishi Sunak is claiming, by the end of the year. Then there's another issue to factor into this. While you're dealing with the legacy backlog, you're not dealing with the ever-increasing number of asylum seekers who are entering the system on a daily basis. And 1,100, I told you, was the figure that they are processing them each week. In the last 7 days, and we've not had the best of weather, only 2 days of really good weather, the rest pretty ropey, we've had 1,650 people just crossing the channel. Now, 99.9% of those will go on to claim asylum. But it's not just the people crossing the channel. People in the backs of lorries, people who are overstaying visas and get caught working illegally, often go on to claim asylum. So all kinds of factors there. This overall number of asylum people in the system waiting for that initial decision will continue to grow. Yes, you can deal with the backlog, but it's still an ever-expanding number.
Mark, I've been in a situation before, so I would have worked in DWP, and you might have said there was a backlog in benefits. So what are the things that you can do? So you either employ more people, you can get a smoother system, you can refine the process, smooth out the process, or maybe in this instance, not like DWP, but in this instance, maybe there will be a clearer view on how to get to no or how to get to yes, and maybe no if we're wanting less people come in. So if he deployed any of those things, could he get on track? Could the NAO be wrong?
Yeah, I mean, there's one thing he could do, highly controversial, which would get that number down very significantly, which is just to tick the yes box.
Well, you're saying the yes box. Our viewers would want to see that and that's why I've emphasised the no box rather than the yes box.
Well, they are ticking the no box, but then there's an added problem to just the backlog. Those that are being refused asylum, they can't get out of the country because many of them, the people traffickers in this industry of taking people into the country illegally to then claim asylum, tell the migrants who are coming across to throw away your identifying documents. So it's very difficult for the authorities to get a handle on who exactly you are and what country you're from. And even if they establish the country without the identifying documents, depending on the country and the regime, Iran, for instance, they're not going to take it.
And we've not got enough places in Rwanda either to take all of those people.
Well, I was going to say the solution that Boris Johnson and Rishi Sunak both agree about is deporting people to Rwanda to have their asylum cases either heard there or they're left there. Are we any closer to getting that system up and running? Because it's just been held up by the courts for forever, it seems.
No, we're not. Sadly, we're still mired in a legal challenge, right? We're expecting the Court of Appeal in a matter of weeks to come away with a decision. Now, if they, as other courts have all done, say that, this is perfectly lawful, Rwanda is a safe country, there's not anything wrong with this deal, you can go forward. Rishi Sunak has apparently said that he's still not going to get the plane planes off the ground. I mean, that might change, you never know. But the indications from Downing Street is that the planes won't leave at that point. They're going to wait for the whole process to be done, which will inevitably be another appeal, this time to the Supreme Court, and you won't get a decision on that. Well, you'll be lucky if you get a decision before the end of the year.
Right.